Good, happy Friday morning and happy TGIF everyone. I'm Riley King and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, power knocked out for thousands as strong winds bring down trees. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
No bars. Oh no, looks like somebody needs a network. When I got this unlimited plan, he told me they were all the same. They're not. Verizon has the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in America. It's basically made for places like this.
Honey, what if it was just us out here?
Right. So I ordered you a car. Thank you. You don't want to be out here at night because of the coyotes. Okay, thanks, bud. Bye. Be nice to have your car for some shelter. Bye.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Just $45 per line for 4 lines.
There was little warning when the high winds hit this daycare in Dover, sending trees crashing onto the cars in the front parking lot. Large limbs litter the playground behind the Crossroad Children's Center. But as soon as the staff heard the powerful storm, they moved 70 children toward the back of the building, away from where any trees could topple through, and they rode out the storm safely.
They heard a loud pop, and then all of a sudden, all the kids, we got to the back of the building, and that's when all the trees started coming down.
Down the road in Madbury, they could hear the roar of the wind and watched as it bent even the biggest trees in one direction.
The wind and the rain was whipping to the left real fast. The trees were over, I mean way over. And I said, those trees don't look good. And then all of a sudden, the trees just came down.
One woman rushed to her elderly in-laws' home on Toland Road in Dover to find the house damaged, but they are okay.
Actually, the whole side of the roof is just caved right in.
Were they inside at the time?
Yes.
And not far away, a backyard barn took the brunt of the storm. But this family is thankful it was the barn and not the house where they were hunkered down.
I saw the big tree go down onto the barn, and then I saw other trees just crashing down all around. And it was right here. It looked like a war zone. It was crazy.
And tonight, the Dover police chief says there are no reported injuries, but certainly a lot of cleanup. Those crews will be working through the night to restore electricity and remove trees like these. Live in Dover tonight, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that report. Lots of damage there. Armed man on roof of pizza shop in custody, police say. Police said an armed man who allegedly fired at police officers in Farmington Thursday night before barricading himself on top of a roof of a pizza shop is now in custody. Justin Breakspear was taken into custody just before 11 p.m. Thursday. Police said the incident started shortly after 6 p.m. when authorities were called to Slice of New York Pizza on Egale Road for what they called a civil matter between a Breakspear and a female. At 8:30 p.m., authorities were contacted by a woman on Whitney Road who said Breakspear had left their home with a gun. Police said due to Breakspear's history, many officers responded to the scene and reported shots were fired a short time later. Farmington police asked people living in the area to remain indoors as police searched for the person who fired a long gun or rifle. Police said Breakspear ended up on the roof of the Slice of New York pizza shop a short distance away. State police brought a negotiator to the scene to make contact with the suspect. Police said a short time later the suspect came off the roof and was taken into custody. Nancy Gould of 10 Whitney Road told Metro West Daily News said she and her husband heard what sounded like gunfire around 9 p.m. but didn't think of much of it at the time. Gould was later contacted by a neighbor who couldn't get back home because Whitney Road was blocked. Irene Rubin of 6 Whitney Road reported hearing a popping sound around 9 p.m. She also dismissed it at the time, believing someone was shooting off fireworks. Police said no officers were hurt. Lawmakers approve a ban handheld devices while driving. Lawmakers are spending a long dealing with Republican Governor Paul LePage's vetoes of other bills. The legislature sent LePage a bill that would ban the use of handheld devices while driving. Votes on a highly anticipated solar bill and a $200 bond package are also expected. The bond package includes a $105 million transportation package and $55 for research and development. LePage has voiced support for a $40 million package aimed at student debt collection and refinancing. The legislation tasked Democratic Senator Sheehan Bellows' bill to restore service the LePage administration cut last year for individuals with bipolar disorder or post-traumatic stress disorder. The change didn't impact clients at risk of certain circumstances like homelessness or those diagnosed with schizophrenia or schizophrenia affecting disorder. Lawmakers are expected to return August 2nd. A grain deal may single the U.S.-China relationship isn't as bad as it seems. Got rice? That's what China, the world's largest consumer of rice, is now asking the U.S. For the first time ever, Asia economy giant will allow imports of American rice, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced Thursday. That comes in welcome signs after annual trade talks between the two nations broke down this week without a concrete outcome. And although it is just a small part of an expensive trade relationship, the rice deal signals that, at least for now, the threat of the trade war is tabled as each side is still engaging the other. Trump shuffles legal team. Kobe takes lead from Kazwaz. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
The roles you play in life are part of what make you, you. And you're not going to let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with nutritious calories, 9 grams of protein, and 26 vitamins and minerals. Giving you the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. From the #1 doctor recommended brand, Ensure, always be you.
The major headline tonight involving President Trump, overnight blasting his own attorney general, the one who had campaigned with him on the trail and the one he hand-selected, Senator Jeff Sessions. Tonight, the AG answering questions about those blistering words from his boss. Will Jeff Sessions now resign? ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega at the White House.
After that blistering takedown from President Trump, today at the Justice Department, Jeff Sessions stood his ground, refusing to resign, at least for now. In an interview with the New York Times, the president still fuming over the Attorney General's decision to recuse himself from the Russia investigation.
Therefore, I have recused myself.
Sessions should have never recused himself. And if he was going to recuse himself, he should have told me before he took the job, and I would have picked somebody else. How do you take a job and then recuse yourself? If he would have recused himself before the job, I would have said, thanks, Jeff, but I can't, I'm not going to take you. It's extremely unfair. And that's a mild word to the president.
Harsh words for one of his first and staunchest supporters. Today, putting Sessions in a very tough spot.
We love this job, we love this department, and I plan to continue to do so as long as that is appropriate.
After the president's anger, a very different tone from the White House when asked if the president still has confidence in his attorney general.
Clearly he has confidence in him or he would not be the Attorney General.
The president himself ducking questions.
Mr. President, does Jeff Sessions still have your full support?
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President, you still support Attorney General?
But it is not just Sessions. In that interview, the president also lashed out at the top leaders in the Justice Department, the Deputy Attorney General and the acting FBI Director. And he attacked the man spearheading the Russia investigation, Special Counsel Robert Mueller, warning Mueller would cross a red line if he probed Trump family finances not tied to Russia.
I think that's a violation. Look, this is about Russia.
But the president stopped short of saying he would fire Mueller if he crosses that red line. So today we asked the White House.
That should not be viewed as a threat, as a warning to what this special counsel should or should not be looking at as it relates to the president's and his family's finances.
The president's making clear that the special counsel should not move outside of the scope of the investigation.
So let's get to Cecilia Vega live at the White House. And Cecilia, those words right there, that the special counsel should not move outside the scope of the investigation, sounded an awful lot like she was doubling down on what the president said, essentially stay away from the family finances.
Yeah, Sarah Sanders, David, is basically echoing the president's exact warning. But, David, what the White House is not saying right now is what happens if Mueller crosses this supposed red line.
Cecilia Vega at the White House tonight. Cecilia, thank you as always.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday and see you back here later on today. Bye, everyone.